All right, welcome to episode 2 of the Mod Pod. After various technical difficulties today, we are here. How
Hey,
how the tables
Vic,
have turned.
one of these weeks we're both gonna have a victory week.
Yeah,
But you know what? Here, cheers, bud.
cheers, my
This
guy.
one, this one's for you, man. Yeah,
Appreciate you.
fucking. I just we can't seem to. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dive right back. Just dive in.
All right, rip the band-aid off. Let's do it.
Prime times hasn't been good for us, man. The streak of getting embarrassed on prime time, solid streak,
Yeah,
man. Not exactly the way I had envisioned it, but we lose 27-10. We started the game off. I was a little optimistic, and then there's put out an APB for that guy right here. Been missing. I'm not sure. Like I'm not starting to freak out yet, but we need to figure something out to get Justin Fields cooking again. That
yeah. I mean, do you think it's so for the Bears? Do you think it's like lack of receiving options that he has? I mean, I know what was hyped going into the season was the chemistry he was developing in camp with Cole Kmet, and we have yet to see that now out of 2 weeks going into the season.
Yeah, the thing with Cole Kmet, it's not just his offense that's missing. There was a couple plays where he kind of just muffed the blocker, and it was one of the catches to Darnell, and he pretty much missed his block, and Mooney got tackled in the backfield. So there's a lot of little things like that that we need to get together, and if there is a time, it's week 3 against the Texans. It's just a little frustrating. Fields went 7 for 11, 70 yards, and a solid interception. Yeah. And my phone was blowing up on Sunday. Bunch of fuckers, I swear. But you know what? It is what it is. I accept it. I'm a Bears fan. This is something that we've gotten accustomed to, and we'll get them next time. I'm positive of it.
So take away from that game, anything you saw? I mean, probably obviously the way Monty was running.
Oh man, Monty has put me on top of our running back bet.
Yeah.
Based just off of one game, so that's good to see that we had the running game going. It just when our running game is being really successful and our passing game is just in the shithole.
Nothing to compliment it.
There's a easy game plan that they could stop right there, and I think Green Bay figured it out. They do have a stout defense, and Aaron Rodgers is gonna figure out a way, as he always does. But I didn't think that this was gonna happen in week 2. But we need a free Justin. Let this man fucking thrive out there, please. As a Bears fan, I beg you.
and maybe make some. I think everybody's done dropped Cole Kmet to the waiver wires at this point in a lot of fantasy leagues.
There's some people even dropping Darnell right now, which it's a little early for that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Mooney is some guy you can still stash away. He's got a lot of upside. There's going to be some favorable secondary matches he'll probably take advantage of. But I don't know. I mean, just off to the slow start in the passing game. Still plenty of season left for something to get going. So have to see how it goes.
I'm not hitting the panic button yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident going into week 3. But enough about that bullshit. Let's talk about this Cowboy win, man.
Hey, big dub season, big win. I mean, when we ever needed it, with having a hurt quarterback, a lackluster wide receiver core, in steps Cooper Rush, and I think what it went to is the play calling for this match is just like they kind of dialed it down, like just went back to basics. I feel like week 1, when they did all the end and round shit and had everything else going, there was just too much. That's the only thing about Kellen Moore that I don't like. I feel like he tries to do too much with Dak sometimes, to where maybe he's better off. And when they used to call it the dink and Dak, when you're just completing short passes, but at least you got a rhythm going. I think he just sabotage. He always finds a way to sabotage that rhythm. Same thing that happened in this game. Like they always seem to, even though they won, like they seem to take their foot off the pedal. Like they get complacent with the offensive play calling. And recently, I'm over the more experiment. I'm ready to see somebody else in there play calling.
Already?
Since week one, I mean, even since the middle of last season, I feel like the whole wonderkin that he came in years ago. Yeah. Everybody hyped him up, and he was doing stuff. Stuff was going on, but I mean, I feel like see the same thing. They always take their foot off the pedal. They just get complacent, and then I think they converted only 3 of 11 third downs. So I mean, something's got to give. I mean, luckily the defense stepped in. Micah Parsons on his way to be Defensive Player of the Year, back-to-back, multiple game sacks. If it wasn't for the defense of this game, I mean, they held Jamar Chase in check.
Look, I was at the bar watching the game, and, all these fake fans, I want to say, a bunch of fucking Dak haters saying they never liked Dak, blah, blah, blah.
Typical Cowboys fans.
Hey, power to them. I mean, they were really upset for a second, and then all of a sudden they're cheering him on. I mean, people are going to start making, Cooper Rush T-shirts. I've always been a Rush fan.
And Rush Hour, Rush for Trust.
Exactly. All this fucking bullshit. Wishy-washy fans.
Yeah.
But it was a good dub. I mean, a win's a win. Are we panicking in Cincinnati?
I mean, 0-2 with an explosive offense like that, I don't see why they wouldn't be. I mean, they lost what should have been an easy game against the Steelers. He should have easily outdueled Mitch Trubisky. You lose another game to another low-caliber quarterback in Cooper Rush. I think it's time to hit the panic button. I mean, they thought they addressed all the O-line issues by getting Lyle Collins from Dallas, but 6 sacks. He's already been sacked 12, 13 times. Already going into week 3.
He's looking like Mitch Trubisky a couple years.
Yeah, dude's running for his life in the backfield. I mean, he's not getting any protection. So I don't know if I'm a Cincy fan, I would be hitting the pan. I would be very worried.
They do not look like a Super Bowl team that we saw last year. But hey, there was a couple of receivers stepping up.
Noah Brown, man. After having 2 or 3 drops week 1, stepped in. The chemistry he has with Cooper Rush obviously helped. Michael Gallup's coming back. They're going to get some depth at O-line with your old lineman that we're getting. The 40-year-old lineman.
I just have to ask, can you please let Zeke fucking score a touchdown?
Bro.
Tony Pollard just vulturing all his touches.
I mean, I can understand it because he got there right to the goal line, right? Why not let the kid finish it out? I can see that aspect of it, but still,
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, he had 15 carries, 53 yards, but he wasn't having any success against that front 5, unfortunately.
Fucking bullshit, fucking up my fantasy. Never drafting him again.
Hey, I think everybody's been on that train this year. He gets to the 1,000-yard mark, but he's not consistent. He's going to have those games where he racks up some touchdowns, couple touchdown games, and then he'll just go ghost mode. He'll have Tony Pollard probably take over. Usually happens. Again, look, what I tell you, don't let Tony Pollard in the passing game see how much better.
Yeah.
He's not a pass blocker. Get him out of there. He's a liability.
I do have to say the offense looked a little bit more fluent.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. You have Dak. I mean, he's injured right now, but it's crazy that, Cooper Rush comes in and it looks a little bit more
composed.
He
looked better than Dak week 1. I mean, Dak was holding on to the ball too much the first game of the season. You obviously saw that, and he took his lumps because of that. But I still think it goes back to play calling. The play calling was totally different night and day from the first game. They just
doing too much.
They got just doing too much. Just sometimes doing less is doing more. Exactly. Right. All right, so let's talk about some surprises around the league. Week 2. And any favorite matchups you like? What game did you enjoy? I mean, the Ravens in Miami. Did you catch any of that?
Oh, I did. I was actually out by 70 points against my wife, and then after that game, I ended up losing that league. She scored over 200 points, and I had 180. We were the 2 highest scores. It was ridiculous. I was upset.
Yeah, whoever was up against Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill or Lamar Jackson and Tua, that was just it was just going. That game was a crazy game. So many back and forths with it, but hey, Dolphins back-to-back weeks now.
Yeah. At first I was like, man, how's he gonna say Tua is more accurate? Because there was a couple suspect throws, but then he like turned it on. So
he had a rocky first half, and then second half adjustments come in. Dude just keeps firing it out.
Yeah, man. That was something special. I enjoyed the Bills game on Monday. That was just a rout.
They should never do dual Monday night games again. Never. Nobody asked for that.
It could have been good, but I do enjoy the Vikings shitting the bed on primetime. They almost have like the same record that we do. You know, it's always disappointing. So, but Josh Allen is just something special. Him and Stephon Diggs just destroying people.
Yeah, and speaking of the Monday night, what worries me too, though, is how good the Eagles looked on that Monday night game.
Ooh.
Specifically, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I gotta admit, that team, decimated the Vikings like that.
They can win the division for sure.
They definitely have the talent there. Hurts is playing out of his mind. So I don't know. I'm a little bit the worry meter. We're like about it starts here, we're right there. We still got this much more space, but it's right there.
So like the Commanders, that's a toss up, right?
It's still Carson Wentz. That's the deal.
The worry meter should start with like the Giants and definitely the Eagles.
I'll have to see it because we'll get to that when we get to talking about week 3 about the Giants and just what they've done, what they are doing. But other surprise, somebody that put the team on their back, got to give it to Kyler Murray. All the slack he's been getting.
Yeah, and then he got slapped at the end of the game.
No, hey, to take it down to the wire like that, convert on the 2-point conversion, he stepped up when they needed him. I think they said when he ran that touchdown in, he ran for a total of 83 yards because of how far back he went and how he was zigzagging across everybody.
I just can't believe how much time he was allowed back there. And, they're definitely lying about his height. Like, it looks silly. There was like a child is out there amongst men. There was a tweet.
There was a tweet that had like his draft recap. So going into the draft, somebody had dug it up, and it said Kyler Murray with the ball is like when a toddler steals their parent's phone and you can't catch up to them. It's exactly what it looks like out there.
It does.
Dude is elusive.
Props. Like, I don't even know how he sees over those linemen, but hey, he knows how to score touchdowns.
Hey, that is true. Let's see what else. Any other surprises? Any other from these matchups from week 2?
St. Brown on Detroit.
Yeah.
What a pickup, man. That's a diamond that they found, and he just went completely off. And I mean, great game this past weekend, but he's looking like a steady, clear-cut number 1 receiver right now.
No, for sure. I mean, I thought DJ Chark was going to get some usage there, but he's being completely overshadowed by Amon St. Brown. So, I mean, that dude has been going off. And I know he probably fell in a lot of leagues was like a 5th round, 6th round pick. So whoever nabbed him at that point, that's wide receiver 1 as of right now. That could be like your new potential league winner when it comes to a wide receiver position.
Yeah, especially like where he was getting drafted. That was a steal.
Yeah. Let's see.
How did you do on your fantasy, man?
I think so. Out of the 5 that I'm in, I went 3 of 5. Oh, and then speaking of that, completely decimated, obliterated, destroyed, dominated Art's team in our league.
Look, I'm glad that you brought that up, but I went 0 for. I lost in everything. I lost my dignity on Sunday night, and then just everything else just followed along. It was just a terrible. It was like a bloodbath.
I happened to nab Waddle or Hill in a lot of those other leagues, so that was like the pivotal play for this week.
Yeah, But there's a couple things. There's a couple of awards that I want to give out from our league.
Okay.
The Irrelevant Bastards Fantasy Football League. First off, I want to welcome the Jeff and Air Toots, or as you like to call him, Art, to the Donut Club. They're starting off the season 0-2. So, I mean, whoever's going up against Art, might be a layup this season. So thank you for that. And also thank you for just dumping Brian Robinson. Like, I know you drafted him not knowing that he had suffered a gunshot wound, but you could have just put him on IR, right?
Yeah,
you just left him there. You left him there like a gift, and I snatched him up. So thank you for that.
Appreciate you, Art, for all the work that you do or work that you don't do. You get what I'm saying.
Our league, pretty much, like, there's two people with donuts, and then there's two people that are undefeated right now, which is E and Taco. Unfortunately, he beat me in 2 of the leagues.
I don't know how that happens.
Just frustrating. But E, man, his team, 3 players put up 100 points. 3 players. He ended up with 164 points. Of course, he has Josh Allen, Nick Chubb, and St. Brown. So they totaled for a little over 100 points out of the 164. So this guy just knows how to draft. It was a fantastic weekend for him. And the last award that I want to hand out is to Frank, who seemed to fall asleep at the wheel. He only managed to put up 76 points.
Jesus. Frank.
I mean,
Frank the Tank. What happened there, buddy?
Okay. All right. I'm going to give him a little bit of leeway. His quarterback did just, break his ankle.
Sure.
So 49er fans, I know y'all are probably not upset about that. Everyone was cheering for Jimmy G to come back in. And then what the fuck does he do? Takes out to a dub. So cheers to that.
Against the Seahawks, guys. But they need to tune it down. It's the Seahawks, all right?
Yeah. I mean, y'all lost to the fucking Bears, you losers. Is there anything that you want to add on to that from this league?
Nothing besides that I completely decimated Art's team again. Appreciate you for coming out, my guy.
Thanks for the donation.
Other than that, that's it. Easy dub. All right, so let's go on to the week 3 matchups. Let's go back to the Bears.
One second. We do have a running back bet. Right now, my running back, Monty, 32 touches for 148 yards. None of our running backs have a touchdown. My running back is averaging about 4 yards a carry, not too well. He got most of it this past game. Taco is actually in second place. Clyde Edwards, 15.
I know he had that big run, too, at the end of that game.
15 for 116 yards. Again, no touchdowns, but averaging 7 yards per carry, which probably all accumulated from that big run. And then, Zeke, 25 for 105, 0 touchdowns, averaging 4.2 yards a carry because Tony Pollard's taking all of them.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're all 40 yards, all within 43, 25 yards, all within each other right now.
I feel good right now.
Okay.
I feel good right now. It's not happening. You are not going to steal it from me again this year. You fuck.
All right. So week 3, Bears at Houston. Or is it Houston at Bears? No, Houston at Bears.
Yeah, they're in Chicago.
Okay.
So how you feeling about Lovie Smith. I hope that the Bears fans give him a standing ovation. This guy is, he got fired with a winning record, which is dumb. He took us to the Super Bowl. We lost to Peyton Manning. I'm still heartbroken about that. I totally thought we were going to win that Super Bowl. Devin Hester, kickoff return to start off the Super Bowl. Prince singing Purple Rain in the fucking rain. It was meant to be. I'm still upset.
Stars were aligned.
As you can see. Like, I just
need to.
I'm good. I'm back. I think if we need a pick-me-up game, this is where we should just air it out. Let these kids play. and run away with a dub here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thoughts.
So, keys to success besides letting the kids air it out, run away. So you think the passing game is going to be what needs to be the big factor? I think Houston's defense is not that stout when it comes to the run game, though. So would you expect Monty 100-plus yards this game?
Monty's going to get 100 yards. I think Khalil Herbert is probably going to vulture a touchdown. But I do see Darnell getting his first touchdown here.
Okay.
He's going to bounce back. I'm going to take that sign down because he's going to get found.
Anything that, let's say, worries you about Houston?
They're a scrappy team. Don't underestimate them. I really like Mills as a quarterback, and Lovie Smith knows how to build defenses. So I'm hoping that we can just protect the ball.
Fair enough. So week 3 matchup for the Cowboys is the 2-0 New York Giants.
Yeah.
The G-Men.
Saquon.
So they beat to get to 2-0. They beat a Panthers team led by Baker Mayfield in week 1.
Here we go.
Sorry, in week 2. Week 1, they beat the Titans, who just got completely washed away by the Bills.
Okay. But week 1, we didn't know that they were those type of Titans, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So week one, we're
now we
giving
do.
them
That's what I'm saying.
and now we're shitting on them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but now we do. So now when we actually go back and review who they played,
typical.
Is that can we put 2-0 with a little asterisk by it? I think that's fair.
Okay.
I feel like this would be a good game. I think Dallas has a better front 5 than any of these other 2 teams. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Secondary, Brown's kind of been stepping it up for them in the secondary. Diggs shut down Jamar Chase. He's been making some plays out there. So I think that's what it's probably going to come down to. Sterling Shepard has the hot hand currently as wide receiver for them. So that might be the guy to watch out for. Besides, of course, Saquon, who is looking like he's having his revival coming into this season.
Does he get 100 yards on you?
I thought Mixon was going to do a lot better, to be honest. But, again, that goes back to that O-line. But the Giants beefed up their O-line coming into this season. So that could be possible, and that could be where where they win is going to be if we cannot contain Saquon if he just starts going off. I'm not too worried about the receiver core for the Giants. I think it's going to be more on if we can stop the run. If Dallas can stop the run.
If y'all can stop Sterling Shepard, then y'all. I mean, who is it? Kenny Galladay is already complaining about his usage.
And then he's had all these videos about where he just gives 20% anytime that he's actually in the game. So I don't know. He should be arrested for how much he's stealing from them every time he collects a check. I don't know why he's complaining. You got paid all this money and you're complaining you don't get usage. You're just getting a free ride on the bench and you've already been paid millions.
That was like Allen Robinson last year. You could tell he kind of gave up, but he hadn't gotten paid yet. I'm glad that Allen Robinson found the end zone. Hopefully he gets more usage over there. But yeah, Kenny Galladay, bad luck, man.
I think that's gonna be the one. The one thing to watch out for is just Saquon for this game. Just see how big of a factor he is going to be for them. But again, Parsons has been playing out of his mind so far, going into 2 weeks, going to third week. So hopefully we get some more of that magic, get some run stops from him. Let's see where it goes. DeMarcus Lawrence still got to step it up. He hasn't been doing bad by any means, but we're going to need some run stoppers for this game.
Dang, Danny Dimes. Are you scared? Just a little bit.
The guy that had that 60-yard almost touchdown and tripped over himself. No, I'm not ever scared of Danny Dimes. If I'm scared of somebody in this matchup, it's going to be Saquon and how good he looks.
Yeah.
Because the run, we've always had trouble this season going into week 1, had trouble stopping the run. Going into all of last season, that was our Achilles heel, just trying to stop the run. So I think that's going to be the big factor is if we can contain Saquon.
Let's see.
I think putting it all up on Danny Dimes' shoulders, I think I'd rather the game go that way.
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be good. And we'll see if that 2-0 asterisk is worth it or if I'm just way out of left field on that take.
Were y'all playing in Dallas or New York?
That is, I believe, in New York. So that game's in New York, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that goes. It's going to be Monday night. So we'll see how that matchup goes. But where are we at on pickems right now?
Man, again, just a bloodbath on Sunday. Bloodbath. I mean, I'm not too far behind. It's 6-8.
Okay.
6-8. I can make it up right here. I'm positive. And just for everyone that is watching, we do have a bottle as our bet for the end of the season. So you have to keep us honest.
Keep us honest on that. So we'll be keeping up with it. So do you want to just go ahead and jump right into pickems? Anything else we need to segue to?
No, man. Good luck on Monday. It's going to be a tough.
We'll see how it goes. So tomorrow night, since today is Wednesday, what time are we at right now? It is currently 7:01 p.m. Tomorrow we got Thursday night football, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Who you got here?
Ooh, revenge game. I'm going with Cleveland here.
Okay.
We don't have what's his name? What was his name? Mason?
Yeah. Mason Rudolph?
Throwing fucking helmets at people and shit. Oh no, that was
that's Aaron Donald. Yeah. Well, it was Myles Garrett that got it that tried to hit him with his own helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm still going I'm going Cleveland here.
Well, I know they said, because I think I just seen that Myles Garrett, I know he's banged up right now, but they said he's probable, so I'm gonna go Cleveland here as well. I think Nick Chubb probably show out again.
For sure. And, Mitch Trubisky is just looking a little shaky. He's looking like he's on the verge of,
of getting replaced?
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, I'm about to see maybe Pickett back there, somebody.
No, this might be, like, this primetime game might be it.
Might be the last.
Yeah, unless he turns
unless Maserati Mitch
comes out, yeah.
All right, then you got starting off the Sunday slate. We got Houston at Chicago. Safe to say you're going Chicago here.
Yeah, it's a tune-up game. It should be. God, I'm gonna regret saying that.
I'm gonna go Chicago here as well.
All right.
Then we got the Raiders at Tennessee. I'm gonna go Raiders on this. I'm gonna jump off and say Raiders.
Yeah. Again, we've seen who Tennessee is. Unless they get Derrick Henry going, and
Tannehill got pulled in the third quarter.
All the Derrick Henry drafters, terrible. But I'm going to Vegas here.
Then we got Kansas City at Indy. I gotta go Kansas. I mean, Indianapolis is looking horrible right now. As far as everybody expected Matt Ryan just to be that much better of a tune-up from Carson Wentz, not looking Matty Ice right now.
No, it's
not looking nice
player.
One.
It's the same player.
Yeah.
You swapped out for the exact same player. Doesn't matter.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm going with Taco. We're going with KC. All right, crybaby.
And then we have the game that should actually either be flexed technically into the Thursday or Monday night game. It shouldn't. No reason being at 12 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Which will probably be game of the week, maybe even game of the year. Game of the week. Game of this week.
It should be like at least a 3 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Or
the Sunday night game. I would have made a Sunday night game, but I don't think they expect. I don't know. So you got Bills at Miami.
Cool. Now it's
tough,
gonna be
man.
The defense.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with like the hot hand right now because Von Miller is actually making a difference there. So I'm automatically going Buffalo. I don't give a fuck about Tariq Hill right now.
All right. I want to go Buffalo too, and I think what you're saying is true. It's going to come down to if that defense can stay consistent and put that pressure on Tua. But
you're going
just to deviate because we got to deviate and I got to get my points.
I'm
going to go Miami. I'm going to go with the hype. I'm going to see Jalen Waddle season out there again. So I'm going to go Miami. Then we got Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a guaranteed primetime Kirk Cousins loss.
He has the worst.
He's scared of the big lights, man. Just turn them off. Get me out of here. Don't put me in that schedule.
Yeah, I like playing them on prime time. Who are you going with?
I'm gonna go Detroit here.
Same. Fuck.
Then we got Baltimore at New England.
I have to go Baltimore. Like,
I feel like you do have to. Makes sense.
Lamar like played his ass off, and like, what are you gonna do? Where you're going Baltimore too?
No, I'm going to go New England.
Ooh.
I'm going to say Jacoby Myers, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Wow. Okay.
Feel it. Then you got Cincinnati at Jets. If you could have wanted a better opponent for a struggling team at this time, why not the Jets? But the Jets have shown that they can be scrappy even with Joe Flacco at quarterback. So who even knows what could happen here?
Yeah, I'm going with the Jets.
Jet? Okay, I'm going to go Cincy here. I think they're going to get their first win.
No, Cincy's going to be in a whole heap of trouble coming out of week 3.
All right, then we got Philly at Washington. Gotta stay with the hot hand. Gotta go Philly here.
Yeah, there's no way we can go with Commanders here.
Yeah. Then we got New Orleans at Carolina. I'm gonna go famous Jameis here. I'm gonna go Jameis Winston. Go Nola.
I'm going with Carolina. Baker gets a dub.
Then we got Jacksonville at Chargers. Jacksonville coming off a dub. Chargers coming off a tough loss to Kansas City. I'm gonna go Chargers here. I think they're still the better team.
And that's even with Justin having damage,
rib cartilage, something like that. That's fractured right now.
I'm gonna light a candle for him tonight, just to make sure that he gets all healed up. I haven't. He's
anybody that we can call to put an egg under his bed?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Chargers too, just because everything's looking like he's going to play, and there's a chance that Keelan Allen comes back as well. So I'm going Chargers all day.
All right, next we got the Rams at Arizona. Rams who still kind of feel like they should have had everything together by now, but like it looks like they still got some rust to knock off for whatever reason.
Yep.
They did have a game-winning interception by Jalen Ramsey, so maybe that gives that defense some boost from there.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Rams.
Jalen Ramsey's cooked. I'm going Arizona here.
All right. Then we got the Falcons at Seattle, Battle of the Birds. What team is it that's doing – sorry, before we go into the pick, what team is doing the Bird Gauntlet right now? That's up 1. Who's – so the Bird Gauntlet is whenever your team plays every single bird mascot team and nobody's ever completed in a single season. I can't remember. It was week 1. Well, I'll have to go. We'll come back to this next episode. But
okay, because I haven't heard of this, and I'm sure everyone would want to know what the fuck you're even talking about right now.
There is one team right now that's already up 1-0, so they have the opportunity to be the team of destiny and defeat all the bird-themed teams.
Well, I'm going with ATL. Cordell is going to have a game.
Yeah, I got to go with Atlanta. Seattle I think that one win, I think got everybody a little bit overhyped because it was against the Broncos, who still look like trash.
Oh man, you see Russell Wilson kind of like, you got to say this, you got to say that. Like,
yeah, people were giving him shit like, is this high school football? What are we doing?
Yeah, these are professionals.
Like, these guys get paid millions. They should know when a pass is coming or when a run's coming. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what the fuck you're saying on the sidelines. Like,
yeah.
Joke.
Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Ooh.
And you got Green Bay at Tampa Bay. Gonna go Tampa here at home.
Gonna go a little crazy here.
This guy.
Fuck Green Bay. I'm going Tampa Bay.
So, what was the crazy part?
Nothing. You should have already known. Like, it shouldn't even have been a pick.
I thought you were gonna throw the curveball right now. I was expecting. I was like, oh wow.
No.
All right. Then you got San Francisco at Denver. I mean, how much easier do you want your schedule to be, guys? Let's go 49ers.
Look, I would have picked against them.
Yeah.
Bills, Trey Lance. But now we have, fucking
Jimmy G back.
Jimmy Yee. All of a sudden, like, 49er fans have, like, their chest is a little bit more fuller now.
Yeah.
It looks like the sun is, like, raining down on them a little bit more now. And they still think that Trey Lance is the future. They're fucking jokes. They knew what the fuck they were doing by keeping Jimmy G on the bench. He knew what was going to happen. This guy's getting paid. He has incentives on top of incentives per game now. Like, whatever
he gets like, what does he get? Like $100K for every win or some shit like that?
Well, I think this past game, I think it's like over 25%.
Like snaps played or something like that.
Yeah, like he gets like an extra 100,000, and if they win, it's like another 100,000. Like he's almost
perfect
making
situation. Like, he was getting paid to do his job. That's crazy.
Boss shit. So yeah, I mean, I'm going with San Francisco here. No brainer.
But how funny would it be if Russell Wilson finally does cook? Of all games, not very likely. There's about a 15% chance it could happen.
Are you going?
You know what? No, I already locked in San Fran. I can't change it. I can't be that guy. I already locked him in. I'm going to stick to it.
All right.
I can't deviate. So then we got Monday night game. You got the Cowboys at the Giants. Of course, I'm going to go Dallas here.
I know you are.
Stop Saquon.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I did the reverse curse last week. It worked, obviously.
I know.
So now I'm going to stay confident. I'm going to stick to my guns now. I'm going to say it's 2-1 going into week 4.
I'm getting one of my picks right now. I'm going to gain a pick on you. I'm going New York here.
Wow. This guy.
I don't know, man. You got to
the audacity.
Stop Saquon, and then I'll change my tune next week.
All right. We'll see how many yards. I'm gonna get ballsy and say they hold them to under 75.5 yards.
So, I mean, these words mean nothing unless there's something behind it.
Do you want to put 20 on it?
I'll put 20 that they have. Piece? Wait, a 20 piece for what? Like over 75 yards, like rushing.
So Saquon specifically has to have over 75 yards rushing. You win 20. If he has under 75, I win 20.
That's a big bet.
All right.
Look, we're in. Cheers to that.
Cheers to the bet. Lock it in. Lock it in, Danny. All right, and on that note,
yeah, I just have something on my chest.
Do we have any last words of encouragement?
These motherfuckers that veto trades, y'all can eat a bag of dicks. Why do you do it? Like, what satisfaction do you get? You're probably on the shitter, like, I'm gonna fucking deny this trade. You fucking pieces of shit.
Now,
just let it happen.
Was the trade very one-sided or was it fair?
No, it's fair.
Okay.
It's fair.
What was the trade?
I'm not going to disclose anything right now because it's not finalized. Right now it's 50-50. There's only 5 people that have voted on something, and it's not in any of our leagues.
Okay.
It's a different league. Ruben, you're the fucking terrible commish. Saying it right now. Jesus Christ. Letting this shenanigans happen. So right now, the last time I saw it, I think it was like 3-2. It's early in the league.
Just let people. Like we're only going to week 3. It's the worst that could happen.
Fucking crybabies. That's all I have to say. And cheers. Good luck next week.
Likewise.
And hit that shit, Boldy Hugh.